Hello everyone, this is Crystal Potthoff from Prayerful Arts, and this is a picture of me from 2019 Extravaganza in Egg Harbor, Wisconsin. And I'm standing next to the large plastic egg that I painted, and I'm going to show you how to do this division on a chicken egg. This is based on a 48 triangle division. And this is what we're going to do this week, and it will be so much fun. You're going to be amazed at how easy it is to do.
So now I promise that this is a 48 triangle and it's fairly easy to draw out. So you want to draw your pattern, 48 triangle pattern on your egg, however it's easiest for you to draw it. Doesn't matter, as long as you get the 48 triangle on there, because I am going to dye the egg black and all the outline lines will be black. I drew my lines fairly darkly. You don't have to draw them really dark initially, but you're going to want to draw them dark when you get ready to draw the actual pattern on there. So if you want to draw them lightly and then you can just darken the lines that you want, that could be helpful too. So now to do this, what we're going to do, so we got our 48 triangle on here. Now we want to try and look at the egg and pick out the diamond shapes. So there's 12 diamond shapes. There's one, and then there's another, and then down here. So here's one, and then down here at the bottom. So there's like 4 diamonds going across. In one of the patterns, we actually drew 4 diamonds. So if you want to start with that, you can. But I'm going to start at the top. So in this diamond shape, I'm going to put a line that goes like that. And then I will skip that line. There's another diamond. I'm going to put a line like that. And like that. And like that. They're just lines. Don't worry about them. Just make them dark so that you can see them, especially if you're going to dye your egg a dark color. Now we're going to go to these, and where I made this line going like this one is going to go like that. And there'll be 4 of those. That's 2, that's 3, I missed the point there, that's 4. All right, now we're going to go down here in this one, and we're going to draw it like that. Okay, so we now have 12 butterfly bodies. So what you were drawing was the butterfly body. I know it doesn't look like a body, but it will be. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the top now. So if this is the body, that's where the body's going to be. Then this is a wing. And I'm going to make the wavy lines here. They're going to go. So that's a wing. And that is a wing. Do the same thing over here. Here's the body. Here's this. Here's this. This is the wing. Now you will want to be careful when you go to put the wax on it that you keep the wings, they don't go over the side of your butterfly body. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of these on the top row. And here's the 4th one. So some of these lines don't have wax on them. It's kind of like the one I did last week where we didn't put wax on all the lines that we drew. We used them for dividing purposes. Okay, so we have the butterflies there. Now we're going to work on these butterflies. So these butterflies, there's the body, and then here's the wing. So these butterflies are going the opposite direction. So there's the wing. And no, I'm not going to wax it like this line that I'm drawing. This is so I know where the line is. And then we're going to do this one. Okay, and this one. And this one. Okay, now we have our butterflies going around the center. And now we're going to do these. And these butterflies are going this way. That one, that way, the top and bottom go this way. Doesn't really matter. Excuse me. It doesn't really matter which way your butterflies are going, as long as the ones in the top and the bottom are all going the same direction and the ones in the middle are going the opposite direction. What will be different is that your butterfly wings will be where if this one were going that way, then these two would be the wings. But I'm probably confusing things. So here's this. Now that was, you can tell I'm getting tired of drawing these. I kind of, when I teach classes and I have to draw the pattern out on the egg in advance, I'll do like 3 or 4 at a time, and then I'll stop, because the more I draw the same thing over and over, the worse my drawing gets. And it's okay if I'm the one doing it, but not if somebody else does it. All right, so now we have all of our butterfly bodies and the wings kind of sketched in. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to dye the egg in black, and then I'm going to use my white wax, my white wax. And I have some new white wax I might try out too, so that I can see the lines when they're black, because I have tried using other colors on the black, and the only thing I can really see is the white wax. So that'll be the next step. I'll come back. The egg will be black. The pencil lines show up. They're kind of they look shiny underneath it. And we'll get started on how we actually draw the butterfly and the wings. And I'll show you what I do. And this part of it is very freeform. There's different things that you can do with drawing the butterfly wings. But first we have to dye it black and get started on that process. So we are now ready to start waxing the egg. And I'm going to use my Luba's Electric with the medium tip, and it has white wax in it. I couldn't get all the other wax out, but I got most of it out. And you can kind of see the shininess of it here. But we're going to start waxing it now. So the first thing I am going to wax is the wings, and I'm going to put some more white wax in it. And I'm going to start up at the top. So I can see my wavy lines. This probably doesn't show up as much on the camera as it does in person. But I'm going to ignore for a minute where the body is. I'm just going to draw these lines. And then I'm going to draw the wavy line. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to draw another wavy line here. And then I'm going to draw a few lines that go like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. This is the other side of the wing. I must have got more of the black wax out of there than I thought, because it is showing up rather nicely in person and on camera. Now this is how I am choosing to draw my butterflies. You can draw yours any way you want, but so I drew one wing. Now I'm going to go around and I'm going to draw a couple more of the wings. So I had to step away for a second, but we've drawn out the one, and now we're going to draw the next butterfly. And I'm going to do this one that is right here. Okay, it's right here. So it's this one, and this one, and then the wavy line. And what I'm actually going to do is I am going to, what actually works best is to go around and draw all of the wings first. And then come back and do the bodies. Because you want to keep your bodies inside the wings. And what it is a little confusing. I will admit it's a little confusing at first until you get a few of the butterflies drawn, and then it starts to come together. It does. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. I've drawn two at the top. Now I'm gonna draw this one here in the middle. So it's gonna go like this. And so the wings are almost, but not quite touching. They can touch or not. It doesn't really matter. Or if some of them touch and some of them don't, it's okay. I did this one years ago, and I can't remember what made me think, oh, look, there's a butterfly in there. I know we were doing Pysanky at the church in Brimfield, Illinois, and I remember somebody had a shirt on that had butterflies on it that kind of reminded me of this, and I think that's what got me started on trying to figure out how to do it. All right. So let's see. Let's do this one down here. Oops. Start at the body. Or start at the body. And now I'll do the wavy line. And what I'm going to do after I finish this one is I'll draw in some of the bodies, and you'll see why it's important to draw the wings first, or maybe I should say, I find it easier to draw the wings first. Okay, so let's put some more wax in our Kiska. All right, so let's come up here to the top. And, oh, shoot, well, I'm going to have to draw one more wing, or one more butterfly. I have to draw this butterfly too. so that it makes a little more sense. I don't know how to explain this just with words. I think it works better if I explain it like this, like showing you. Okay, and back up here to the top. So here is a butterfly body. You can kind of see the line I drew. And because I have the wings around it, now I know how big I can make it. So what I do with my butterflies is I make a little thing like that. And then I do a dot for the head. And then I make some antenna. And then I do the body. And I'm going to make it long. And then another piece, right like that. So I keep it inside the wings. That's why you draw the body last. So let me do this one. I'll do another one. So now that one is going this way. These are going that way. You can kind of see the line. Okay. So it's going to go here and here and the antenna. Make his head a little bigger. There we go. Okay. And now we'll do the body. And there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wax all the rest of the wings, and then I'll put in all the other bodies. And then I am going to rinse off the egg. If I can't get all the black off, I'll put it in the cleaning vinegar because I want it to go all the way back to white. And that's what we're going to do next. So there was one other thing I forgot to mention. I'll show you now. So I have all of the butterflies drawn on the Pysanky and their wing. The wings, I did all the wings, and then I did all the bodies. That would be normally how I did it. Now, in this little area at the edge of the wings where there's the wavy lines, we're going to have white circles in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill in part of this with black. And then what's left when we wash it back will be the white part. Because a lot of butterflies have these white areas on their wings. Okay. That is really hard to see, I know. So let me show you with some paper. So I'll draw it big on here. So here's your wing. And then I have these things. And then here's the other wing. And then here's the body. And we filled that in. And a little head and little antennas. And then the rest of the body down here. Well, okay, kind of sloppy. But my point is it's this area right here. So what I did was I made like a circle. And then I made maybe like a half circle. And then another circle. And I did this with the medium. I may go back and change it to be my, to use a finer one. I mean, it don't really matter, but So I'm kind of filling it in. So here's what it will look like. So it'll look a bit like that. And then when we wash it off, these areas will be white. And then we're actually going to wax those in at that point. The whole background of the egg is going to be white, but once we wash it back, we're going to go ahead and wax these in now, just in case when we're doing the wings, we get color in there. It will make it easier. It does for me anyway. So that's what you're doing in the wing area. And like I said, you just kind of make little circles. You actually want to make kind of big circles and then fill in around it as best you can. If that doesn't work for you, what you can do is you could just do stripes in here. You could just do something like this. If you don't want to do this, then you could do that. Either one will be perfectly fine, whatever you would like to do. I just say be consistent on all of them. Okay. When I come back, then the egg will be white. So here we have the Pysanky, and all the lines have been waxed with the black, and it has been washed back to white. I washed it off, and then I put it in the cleaning vinegar for about a minute because I wanted to get it, really white. So you can really see, I think now you can really see the butterflies. What I'm going to do now is I am going to, our little spots here that we made in the outer part of the wing, I'm going to wax that entirely over because I want to keep all of those spots white. And then the butterfly, the wing part, we're going to do a different color. We'll start dyeing it for that. So all I'm going to do now is just wax over this whole area here. Just like that on all the wings, so that all those areas there will stay white. And do that on all the other wings. And then what I'm going to do is dye the egg in yellow and then gold, because I'm going to do some different. Originally, I thought I'd do the butterflies all the same color, but now I've changed my mind and decided I'm going to use 3 different colors. And the first color I want is to be a yellow, a deep yellow. So I actually want gold. So I'm going to put it in the yellow first, Ukrainian gift shop yellow, and then I'll put it in the gold because the gold doesn't have vinegar and I want a really deep color. So that will give me a deep yellow color. I'm back and I have dyed the egg. As I said, I dyed it in yellow, Ukrainian gift shop yellow, and then I put it in Ukrainian gift shop gold. And what I'm going to do now is I spent a lot of time thinking about what colors were going to go where, what colors was I going to use, and all that. So I finally came to a decision. I told myself to stop overthinking it and just do it. So I'm going to have yellow, red, and orange butterflies. And so I am just going to fill in the entire wing area with wax. And I will look at this under a microscope, or not a microscope, a magnifier, to make sure that I've completely covered the area. So there's that one. And actually, this will be a time I'll probably switch and use my candle heated one. Let's do that for a little bit. So I have my alcohol lamp that I will light. And I have to zoom out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side just a little bit. Here I have my medium Delrin Kiska. I'm going to get it very hot. Put it in my beeswax. Heat it up again. Wipe it off. And now apply the wax. I try to remember to do little overlapping circles. Okay. It's just a different color because this has got the carbon in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm alternating. So this butterfly will also be yellow wings. Okay, now I'm not going to have any yellow ones here. I'm going to have yellow ones down here, but I want it to be opposite again. So it's going to go here. And then after I get this color finished, I am going to put it in I'm going to put it in the orange, into an orange color. I might use the carrot from Pysanky, USA, because it's a little more, it's a little deeper. It has vinegar in it where the Ukrainian gift shop orange does not have vinegar in it, and I really want a brighter color. There's also a pumpkin color, but it's a little more on the earthy side, and I want really bright for this. All right, so this one is going to go here. Like that. And then I am going to look at it under my magnifier before I put it in the carrot. All right. So we have this one and this one and this one and this one. So like I said, the next color is going to be carrot after I make sure I got good wax coverage. And now we have our Pysanky, and it is dyed orange. This was the carrot color from Pysanky USA. So now, as I did with the yellow, I'm going to cover these, all the wings that I want to stay orange. I'm going to cover with wax. And I pulled out my electric, but I'm gonna use my candle heated again. Anyway, so I'm going to just cover those with the wax, everything I want to stay orange, and then I will be dyeing it in, I believe I'm going to use Ukrainian Gift Shop red, and I'll wax the remaining wings, and then we'll be ready. I'll wash it off and do the background. I got all excited about the red color, and I waxed it, and I almost forgot to video this part. But anyway, all my butterflies now are waxed, and what I'm going to do now is wash off the red. If I have to, I will etch it lightly in the cleaning vinegar, and then I'm going to do the background color, which I want to be a very, very, very pale blue. So I'm going to show you how I do that next. So this is how I will do my shade of very light blue. And this is, the lid says very light blue. It is a tablespoon of prepared light blue dye. That's Ukrainian Gift Shop color. And a tablespoon of vinegar and then a cup of water. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to just dunk it and then take it right back out. And if it's not blue enough, I'll put it back in. So I'm going to dunk it, count to 3, 1, 2, 3, take it out, blot it off, and let's look at it. Okay, very, very, maybe let's do another 3 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I like that. And we're going to let it dry. Take the plug out and take the wax off. Oh, this is going to be so cool. And here we have the completed Pysanky, the 48 triangle pad or division with butterflies on it. Look at all those beautiful butterflies. And since I was doing butterflies, I also decided I would do dragonflies. So same concept. I just did dragonflies. I did try to get variations in color in the wings of blue and purple and a little bit of green. Wasn't as successful with that as I'd intended, but it was still fun. Anyway, so there's 48 triangle pattern taken to a different level with turning it into something very different from what we started with, which was, this was our first one. And that is the same division. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to a different pattern. We're going to do the what I call wedding circles. There's a couple different ways to draw that. So we'll talk about that and some different ways that you can adapt that pattern as well. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.